Hello. Here at Porkers we try to work with nature as much as possible. Other day me and Darren had a debate about the earthworms, because obviously when you have a muck from the animals and then you put the muck in the pile, and that creates compost, and obviously the main thing that makes compost is earthworms. A lovely little things that, you know, since we were kids we all know what, and we've got songs about them and stuff. So I went on internet, as you do, and I read about worms and pigs, and I've discovered a very interesting fact that apparently somebody did a study, proper study, about the how many worms pigs eat. So if you look at our field, it's all black. It's because we don't put the rings on their noses, and they dig and dig and dig. What they dig for? They dig for primarily the worms. So if the soil is fertile and not overrun by water, or, you know, so you look after the soil, then the worms are there and they prosper and they make it good, they cultivate it, and then pigs come along, and besides the fact that they actually fertilize the land by pooing in it, so it's kind of a natural cycle. So the study said that apparently just one given pig in one day can eat up to 1,200 worms. Can you imagine that? And apparently it's really good. It's really good for a pig. It's a source of protein. And, you know, this day and age we talk about the fact that there will be a time when the protein is going to be coming from insects. So I suppose the next question is, do we reduce the amount of crops that we grow for animals, and that leads to deforestation and all sorts of things, and start looking into soil differently? If you look at the fact that, you know, there are worms in earth and pigs can eat it and fatten up on that. We don't want to eat worms, not yet anyway, but pigs do, and we like pork, so it's a fantastic idea, isn't it? Anyhow, on the smaller scale, I'll show you what we've done. So basically we set up the cube. You've seen these cubes around everywhere. We set up the cube and we put some muck in it, okay? And so as we put the muck in it, obviously the worms will appear. Let's have a look if we see any. So I'll just dig in. It's not entirely old. There you go. So you see the worm is there, and yeah, if you dig deeper there'll be more of them. Here you go, it's another one, and so on and so forth. Okay, so what I have done, I've covered so it doesn't flood with the rain. What I've done, I've collected some worms, and I want to see if pigs are actually going to be interested in it. So I've got a hard surface there, and there's some pigs walking around, so let's see if they come on. So I put it there, see if it's interesting as a food, or do they actually have to dig for them. So that's the worms, that's a pig. A bit and see if anyone else is interested. There's some more pigs coming along, but they're going for a drink of water. So maybe theory doesn't really work if they have it available to them in given on a plate. Or maybe they're just eating and they're not interested in it. But yeah, it would be good to see if anyone actually takes the worm. Pig coming along, spotting some worms. Is she gonna eat it? Not this one. I don't know if our pigs are different, or they just have a different relationship with these worms. It's Bert. Is Bert gonna take on the worms? Bertie, is it not up to your standard? just standing on them. Yep. There's interest. Not much. Oh well, it's only worth experimenting. Come on. Anyone? Anyone for some worms? So I even tried to introduce Bert. Is an extremely amicable pig, obviously been hand reared and he knows me well. See if he's interested. I picked up the worms because I don't want them to die on the hard surface. I'll put them back in the mug hib as they leave. So this experiment has gone to pot right now. The pigs are very choosy. They learn from their mum what they eat, because mum shows them what to eat, what not to eat. And maybe because this pig's been brought up on, mostly on pellets, specific feed, maybe they only see worms in the ground. I hope they do. Otherwise, it's a bit of a... They're very choosy. They're very choosy what they eat. They once we tried to introduce them some... We got given some beans in tins, and we thought, well, fantastic, good protein. We gave them beans. I mixed it with the animal feed, and they ate animal feed, every single bit. But beans stayed on the ground for 3 days until birds picked them up. So yeah, maybe I'll try again and see if. But yeah, this particular experiment so far, it's not a massive statistic, but it's failed, good and proper.